Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you my each way Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action here in the UK. Just a reflection on how today's selections ran. Not a great day again, no winners today. We only did a normal Lucky 15 today, as there was quite a lot of short price horses and there was only 2 race meetings today, so there wasn't that many races to pick and choose through. But they actually, to be fair to the horses, they didn't run bad races. New Millennium, our first pick, he came fourth in his race and he was only beaten by about 5 or 6 lengths from the horse that won. So that wasn't a bad run for that horse, as it was only his second start for his yard for Phil Hobbs. The second horse was Jimmy the Jet Plane. He was in touch for a lot of the way. He came third in his race. He wasn't beaten a million miles away, but that was his first run for a few months, so that wasn't a bad performance. So definitely one to keep an eye on. The General Tough, though, at Southwell, was our third pick. He was definitely in the race. He didn't win. He came third in his race. He was always in the action, but he just didn't have the pace today, and it looked like he bumped into 1 or 2 more better horses on the day. And he actually, even though a lot of money did come for him during the day, he wasn't able to justify that. So it wasn't a bad race. He was in the mix again. Our last horse, Hierro, ran in the 5:25 at Southwell. He again was definitely in the mix coming down the home turn, but he came third in that race and he just didn't have enough to bring it home for us. But not bad selections. They didn't run badly for a change, but no, they just couldn't do it for us today. But I'm going to be back to an each way Lucky 15 for tomorrow. There's not lots of great horse racing action tomorrow. We've got 4 meetings here in the UK. We've got 2 jumps. We've got 1 at Wincanton, 1 at Carlisle, and we've got 2 all-weather at Wolverhampton and an evening meeting at Kempton. So for a change, I've actually chosen 1 from each race tomorrow, and ones that I think that will run well. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Our first pick tomorrow in our each way Lucky 15 is, this horse has got a really tricky name that I'm probably going to struggle to pronounce, and probably the commentator will tomorrow. The first pick runs in the 2:30 at Carlisle and is a horse called La Dama di Hierro, who is going to be ridden by Brian Hughes, who we really like on the channel, who's given Richard Johnson a bit more of a challenge this year in the jockey stand-ins, and this horse is trained by Malcolm Jefferson. This combination normally works quite well together and is one of the most prolific combinations for the races up in the north of the country. This horse is currently 14-1 in the market. It's running in a chase race tomorrow. This horse is currently 0 from 3. Chasing, it's not won a race yet, but it's slowly getting the hang of things, and I think the trainer's beginning to find out what's working for it. Tomorrow it'll be dropping down in trip, because last time when it raced, it was actually at Carlisle and it didn't get beaten a million miles. He was quite prominent for most of the way, but he just didn't have enough energy and was outpaced at the end. So he's dropping down by a couple of furlongs tomorrow. And it looks like that this horse could definitely be in with a chance if he's running the same way tomorrow. And there's also a lot of horses in that race tomorrow that have got a lot of question marks over them, and a lot of they've got to overcome a lot of negatives to be anywhere near the win or the places tomorrow. And I thought this horse, it looked quite interesting, and it definitely had something about it from what it's been doing. So I definitely think he's worth a chance tomorrow. He might not win, but he could be in the places tomorrow if everything works out alright for him. So yeah, that's who we're going for tomorrow. Dama di Hierro in the 2:30 at Carlisle. Our second pick tomorrow runs in the 3:10 at Wincanton and is a horse called Solighoster, which is going to be ridden by Noel Feely and is trained by Neil Mulholland. Neil Mulholland's had a really good season. He had an absolute great start to the season, and he was really good a few months ago, but over the last few weeks and last month he's died down a little bit in the winners, and his horses hasn't been performing to their normal high standards. But this horse, Solighoster, is a useful sort. Last time it raced, it came second at Plumpton and was only just beaten. And previously this horse had been in the first two for the last few races. It won a couple of races in those races as well. It won more than it had come second. So this horse has definitely got potential and has definitely got a chance to improve. He's not the favourite at the moment. He's currently 9-4 in the market, and I definitely think this horse is worth a chance at that price tomorrow to win the race. Because the favourite as well has got one or two questions to overcome tomorrow. So I think this horse is Solighoster could come in tomorrow, and even if he came second, you know, with our each way, we're not hopefully going to be losing anything much. So yeah, he's definitely worth a shout, and he's going to be racing off the same mark again that he raced at Plumpton last time. So yeah, we're going for him, Solighoster, in the 3:10 at Wincanton tomorrow as our second pick. Our third pick tomorrow in our each way lucky 15 tomorrow is a horse called Luduamf, who will run in the 5:15 at Wolverhampton. This horse is trained by Richard Hannon and will be ridden by Holly Doyle. Holly Doyle's had a really good campaign on the all-weather over the last few months. She's ridden quite a few winners and is given female jockeys a good name, because we've had Josephine Gordon riding really well in the all-weather this season, and Holly Doyle has definitely been after Josephine, definitely the second best female rider. So yes, this combination looks good on paper tomorrow. This horse, Luduamf, is going to make its second start since returning from a break. Last time out, it was returning from a break and it came third over this course and distance and was just narrowly beaten. The handicap has dropped at £1 since that last race, and it's got a good draw tomorrow, and Richard Hannon's horses are really coming into some form at the moment, and this horse is currently priced at 5-1. He's definitely got to be in with a shout tomorrow, so I think he's definitely worth a punt. And even if he comes in on the each way again, it might look good still. So yeah, that's who we're going for as our third pick tomorrow in our each way lucky 15. Our last pick tomorrow in our each way lucky 15 runs in the 7:45 at Kempton and is a horse called Preobrajenska, who is trained by William Jarvis and will be ridden by Josephine Gordon, who we just mentioned upon. Josephine, like we said, is having a great season, and has actually been tipped by a lot of pundits to do really well this year on the turf for the flat season, and could be challenging for the jockey title. And as well, with the way she keeps riding, she'll be putting that business about the female jockey allowance to shame, because she's just as good as the male jockeys, and there should be no advantage to her in that, because she's just as good as any other jockey. So yeah, so Josephine Gordon will be on this horse tomorrow. Last time this horse ran, it won a maiden over this course and distance, and it's going to be off the same mark tomorrow. It's not a bad draw in stall 6 for this horse tomorrow, so it should definitely be in the mix. Also, there's a lot of horses tomorrow returning from breaks and that, and this horse, hopefully with that experience, will might come good tomorrow. So this horse is currently 7-1 in the market, and with all the right combinations, and as well, this horse looks not too bad in the weights. It's carrying 9 stone 3 tomorrow, and a few of the other horses will be carrying a bit higher weights. So yeah, so there's a lot of positives about this horse, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens tomorrow, if they come any good or not. Anyway, you've been watching Lucky Loaders 15. If you've got any comments or suggestions for tomorrow's horse racing action, leave your comments in the comments box below. Gamble responsibly, and I'll see you soon.